Movie review number 1448 is The Baltimorons. The Baltimorons is a 2025 movie directed by J. Duplass, Duplass. So this movie has IFC Films, Sapan Studio Productions, and Duplass Brothers Productions. I saw this movie on September 17th, 2025 in Marymount Video in Marymount, Ohio. So, this movie takes place in Baltimore, where a newly sober man's Christmas Eve dental emergency leads to an unexpected romance with his older dentist as they explore Baltimore together. So, Michael Strasno portrays Cliff. Cliff is a man in Baltimore who is newly sober and he suddenly needs emergency dental surgery after one of his teeth falls out. He loses a tooth after hitting himself in a wall, and basically he goes to the only dentist that is open on Christmas Eve. And so after the procedure is done, or at least for the day, he has to get his car back. And so this dentist decides to drive him to the car walk to get his car back. And this basically turns into an unexpected romance as Cliff and his dentist, who is Dee Dee, portrayed by Liz Rossman in the movie, they explore Baltimore together, and basically they have a little bit of a unexpected friendship or maybe a possible romance. Interesting. So we also see in this movie Olivia Ruth as Brittany, who happens to be Cliff's girlfriend. Um, so Cliff is a guy who is newly sober, and he isn't having a lot of luck in his life right now. And when he needs emergency dental surgery, he goes to the only dentist at office that is open. And Dee Dee is a woman who is a dentist who found out that her ex-husband has gotten married, and they're having a party on Christmas Eve. So Dee Dee wouldn't be able to see her family on Christmas Eve. So Dee Dee and Cliff decided to travel and see Baltimore together. And Dee Dee is not really up for it, up with the idea of it at first, but she eventually decides to go along with Cliff as she doesn't really have anything else to do. And they see a lot of Baltimore together. They also decide to go to Dee Dee's ex-husband's house and crash the party. Well, Dee Dee does see her family, and she brings Cliff along. And this movie is about two people who meet unexpectedly, and they decide to see Baltimore during the night. And let's just say it may turn into an unexpected romance. Now you're probably wondering, why is the movie called The Baltimorons? Well, even though I am not going to reveal too much, I'm going to say this. So Cliff used to be a comedian, and he had like scripts and acts he did, and one of them was the Baltimorons. So I will say at some point in the movie, he does perform this act of his, and you won't believe how it goes. But that's why the movie is called The Baltimorons. First of all, I like how they unexpectedly meet at the dentist's office, and I like how both are trying to maybe not comfort, but try to cheer up the other. Cliff is a guy who is newly sober, and he's trying to give up his comedian days, but at the same time, he isn't really happy. Well, Dee Dee wants to spend time with her family, but her family is with her ex-husband her husband and his new wife. So both Cliff and Dee Dee are trying to cheer themselves up, especially since it is Christmas Eve. And let's just say, throughout the movie, they do have a little bit of chemistry. Now, I'm not going to say if this will turn into a romantic relationship or anything, but let's just say they may have some feelings towards each other. But that's all I'm going to say, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. So that's my movie review of the Baltimorons. Please enjoy from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.